Sports View London, boxing news from the capital city here with Chris Eubank Jr. Chris had just had the press conference to announce your fight with Gary Spike O'Sullivan. How did you think that press conference went as man to man? As you said, he's had a lot to say on Twitter. Wouldn't say it to your face.
He's had a hell of a lot to say on Twitter, and he said none of that when he was in the same room as me, which says a lot about his personality. I think it's dawned on him now that he's really going to have to get into the ring and fight with Chris Eubank Jr on December 12th, and he's feeling the pressure. So we'll see what happens.
Regarding Pascal, his trainer Pascal's comments about, listen, we've got the blueprint to beat the Eubanks. What do you say to that?
That's laughable for him to say something like that. I'm not my father, and Spike O'Sullivan is not Steve Collins. So what happened between them has no bearing on what's going to happen on December 12th.
This is one of us from behind the gloves. In regards to the rivalry you two have got going, is the bigger sort of carrot that's dangling the fight between Daniel Jacobs and Peter Cooley? Because the winner of your fight will face the winner there. Is that the sort of, have you got one mind on your mind on that as well?
Of course, but you never take your eye off the ball. I've got to deal with Spike O'Sullivan first. Sorry, Gary O'Sullivan. We're not calling him Spike anymore. He is a stepping stone. He is the guy I've got to get past to get to the top dogs, and I will do that.
You said your best asset is your name. How do you respond back to something like that?
I laugh because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what name you have. I could be Chris, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee. It doesn't matter who you are. If you can't fight, you're not gonna be successful in the sport. You're not gonna achieve the things I've achieved, and you're not gonna inspire the public. So to say that I'm only where I am because of my name is stupid. But they're just saying things to try and ruffle my feathers.
Chris, now you know how Gary's camp are all saying it's nothing personal and there's a lot of respect between you guys. You counter that with all the Twitter stuff he's been spouting on Twitter, and how does that make you feel when they say there is respect and it's not personal?
I'm sure there is respect with his trainer and Steve Collins. As far as with Gary, there is no respect. He's been completely disrespectful leading up to this fight. So I think it's just his trainer trying to help him get out of the hole he's dug for himself. But it's too late, and he'll be punished for the things he said.
Now on the night, we're all expecting obviously a very, very heated fight between the both of you. Are you going to box, or are you going to go for all-out war as soon as you get in the ring?
You guys are just going to have to tune in to find out.
Paul McKenna for PT Boxing. Chris, last time I spoke to you now was before the Tony Jetta fight. It was your debut on Sky and also for Matchroom. On the night to come to levels and you demolished him within 2 rounds. But your second out now on Sky, December the 12th, packed out arena, O2, and looking forward to the fight now against Spike.
I'm more than looking forward to it. I've been dreaming about it ever since it was announced. That's all that's been on my mind, is getting in that ring and showing the public that Chris Eubank Jr is a true contender, a true warrior, and he's going to take no prisoners, especially with Gary O'Sullivan, who's kind of he's put a fire in my belly with some of the things he said leading up to this fight. So I can't wait.
Just touching on that, some of the things he has said, he's spoke a lot in the last probably 2-3 years now, and I know you're not the biggest talker on social media. You like to do it in the ring, and when we've got you today at the press conference, it sort of seemed to switch around. He didn't have much to say, and you were trying to entice him and tell him to tell the media what he's been saying for the last 2 years, but he didn't want to bite.
He didn't. It wasn't even that he didn't want to bite. He couldn't. It's like he was. He froze. He was like, whoa, I can't believe he's telling me to be the person that I've kind of made out that I am over these last few years on social media. He's telling me to do that in front of the boxing public and the general public now. He's a fake, I think. He's a keyboard warrior, and he's dug himself a hole which he's going to have to try and get out of, but it's too late for him. He will feel the heat and the pressure from now up until the fight, and when we do get in the ring, it's going to be complete domination on my part.
Good stuff.
Chris, just quickly, I just want your opinion on the fight between Andy Lee and Billy Joe Saunders. You faced Billy Joe, and Andy Lee shares the same trainer as you. What's your sort of prediction for that fight?
To be honest, I don't really have a prediction. It should be a very interesting fight. Andy Lee's a solid fighter, and Saunders knows how to spoil and to steal fights. So anything could happen. But I will say that obviously I'm looking to fight Saunders in a rematch. So if he has a world title to his name, that's going to make the fight even sweeter. So hopefully he can do it.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.